4,000 feet, speed 180 knots, 1
Hey guys, it is Natalie flyGIRL Kelley and flyAlyssa, and we are here with Cockpits and Cocktails. And today we want to talk to you guys a little bit about the upcoming air show season coming upon us. And we also are going to give you some details on maybe the ins and outs of what we're doing, how we're getting there, and maybe some things that might help you while you're there. Sun and Fun is our first big event of the year, and we hope you guys can come along with us.
That's right. I'm super excited. It's my favorite air show, I think. I like it more than Oshkosh.
It's my favorite air show, too. And, it's Sun and Fun is very relaxed. For being a big air show, it's almost like Oshkosh, and it has, great air show performances and things, but it also has, it's just more laid back and a little bit more casual. Still a lot of walking. But I think it's more desirable just because it's a little slower paced, but still all the fun.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about what you're doing, how you're getting there. What's your plan? What have you done in the past? What's been successful for you as far as the lodging?
So, as far as lodging, I thought you meant actually getting there.
Well, yeah, let's do the getting there, I guess. First of all, okay, getting a ticket for Sun and Fun is not that difficult. If you want to go, you can go online. I think it's snf.org, maybe.
Yeah.
And you just buy the tickets on there. I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you buy the camping ticket as well, or pay for the camping.
Sure, you can do that. Do it at the gate as well. It's not like it's selling out. Mm-hmm. So you can buy everything there. If it's like last minute, you don't know what days you're going to go. It's very, very relaxed and easy. So for me, my first air show of my life was Sun and Fun, and I had no clue what to expect. And I actually got to fly in with 3 of my friends who, mind you, were 10 years younger than me. They were all like 19, 20 years
old. With that.
No, nothing wrong with that. But we had so much fun. I was kind of mom for them for the weekend. But we camped. We flew down in a Bonanza, and we landed there. And, at the time I thought it was like kind of crazy to get in there, but nothing compared to Oshkosh. So I think if you're a skilled pilot and read up on the NOTAMs and things, I think you'll be just fine to get in there. The other thing, so we flew in, camped, and if you fly in, you can actually there's a little shack right off of airplane camping, and you can just go and pay for the days you're going to stay. And they'll give you your wristbands for the air show and all of that all in a bundle. I do know they offer some discounts at Sun and Fun for different organizations that you might be in. So definitely look that up on their website and see. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know.
AOPA or Women in Aviation, those kind of organizations you're saying?
Exactly.
EAA maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what all they're affiliated with, but I do think there are some discounts out there. I just don't have those numbers on the top of my head.
Yeah.
And then last year, I actually went down early and went to see Planapalooza, and I actually drove in because I wanted to be there for a little bit longer and do a little bit more while I was there and kind of drive around more. So I flew into Tampa. I flew out of Tampa. I actually flew into Fort Lauderdale, but Orlando and Tampa kind of splits Lakeland. So either one is a great option to fly into. So one might be cheaper than the other. And that works out really well. And you can get a rental car, and parking's actually, I think parking might be free. If it's not free, it's maybe $10.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Did you, even though you were camping, you rented a car as well?
So the first year I flew in, we didn't rent a car. We stayed on the field. We did Uber off, which I can give you a little insight to that if we come back to that later.
Yeah.
We did Uber off one night for dinner or whatever, because after a certain time at Sun and Fun, it kind of shuts down food wise, besides like, kind of the like pizza and hot dogs kind of thing. So I liked to go off and eat some delicious foods. So the second year I drove in.
Well, what's the camping like, first of all? Because, I'm going to be camping. And when I've told people that haven't been before that I'm going to camp, they're like, really? Is there a lot of people that do that? And I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a lot.
So for me, camping is one of my favorites there. I like camping anyways, but for there, it's really nice because it is a low key kind of setting, and you get to see all your friends, especially us. Like we get to reconnect and, just hang out and, cook out or whatever. But the good thing about Sun and Fun is camping, they have really nice little shower houses all over the camping areas. Being female, it definitely plays in our benefit because there's just as many female shower houses as men's, and there's less women. So go us.
Makes sense. Yes.
We have less lines.
That's right.
So that's kind of nice. The shower houses, I do recommend maybe throwing on like flip flops. It's just concrete kind of old thing, but I wear my Chacos and I shower in those.
So you get there and how do you get assigned to your camping spot? How does all that work?
So if you fly in, it's a little bit differently than driving in. If you fly in, you, in the NOTAMs or whatever, I believe it says like general aviation camping or, whatever you want to like taxi to, whether you're staying just to park or to camp. So then you'll be directed by them actually where you're going to park. So they kind of put you in a spot.
So you put a sign in your windshield?
Yeah. That kind of thing. Yeah. So they'll direct you to your camping spot. And then once they park you, you tie down and then you put up your tent in that spot or whatever, like below, in your radius, right. You can't put your tent 20 feet away in somebody else's. Sometimes you can kind of put it along the fence, or it just depends because you have to leave room for aircraft to come in and out. But if you're just camping and you're flying in commercially or driving in, you buy your tickets for camping and it's kind of free for all. I mean, there are camping spots for like RVs and things, and I think you might have to reserve those. I think you did that last year maybe. But with tent camping, I typically would just find somebody that had a camper and then like hang out in that area, like camp in their spot. Yeah. Or I would, there's this little pond off of the little pond.
That.
Yeah, and I think you were back in that that corner.
That's right.
I like to be kind of like wake up to that, and you can see arrivals and departures as well.
Something was it called Camp Radio or something? It was called something funny.
Active is close. Yeah, it was on the other side of the pond.
That's right. Okay.
This pond isn't very big, so it's pretty close. And then there's right by that. There's like or a little bit away is like a bonfire area or that area, and that's kind of nice to meet people in the evening, and it's a a general spot, and you can have a little gathering there, so that's kind of nice. But
now if you're picturing like a campground, sometimes when people go camping, you're picturing like this is very wilderness like setting, and it's not that.
It's more like camping in the airplane. It's more like camping in like a football field, just a open field that they have allotted. On the airport, there's a lot of these areas that are just open that you camp. But then if you're not an airplane camping, they have it kind of sectioned off so that general people aren't just going and hanging out in your airplanes, that kind of stuff. Right. But so when just the regular camping, it is kind of, some of it's kind of woodsy and like normal camping, but it's not like you're in the woods by any means. There's trails, there's, roads for the RVs and things. And it's pretty nice. And the shower houses are like concrete, like you would see at a big, camping.
Like a park or something, like a state park kind of. It's just very basic. Exactly. Not fancy. Yeah.
Showers, mirrors, bathroom, restrooms, that kind of thing. But they do keep them pretty tidy. And if I can't remember, I kind of mix Oshkosh and
Yeah.
Sun and Fun. I'm like, which showers were those? But
They're like a brown building. I remember because I would go and use that restroom versus the camper.
I think one of them had like a spigot thing that you could actually remove, like with a hose. But then another one actually was a spout. So, and they might all be different. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, it's not a lot of weight. It's really the one big thing I'm thinking about is, Sun and Fun. You're going to Florida. It's March, April, and you're like, oh, well, it's going to be warm. Well, I tell you, it's going to be warm during the days. Bring your sunscreen, wear your shorts, comfortable walking shoes. But at night, it really cooled off. Like this weekend, I was in Florida, and it was freezing. And but not like here freezing, like in LA freezing.
Yeah.
It's so humid there, and you get sunburnt during the day that you're freezing at night because you're a little sunburnt, a little windburnt maybe.
Yeah.
You throw on top of it that you have like this humidity and cool, damp, cold.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend, a hoodie, blankets, not just shorts. And
don't assume you're going to be warm.
Yeah, and we've had some different storms come through when we were there. So, I mean, you can get a variety of anything. So just kind of pack for in the spring. I
don't know what I'm going to be doing. I was hoping to fly my plane down, but of course I sold my plane. So
yeah, bummer.
I'll be doing that. I guess I'm going to fly commercially, and I haven't booked my flight yet, but I'm going to be going to see Plane-Apalooza. This will be my first time. Yay.
Yeah. So I was just looking at that. I can't be there on the 28th, but it runs the 28th and 29th.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get there as early as I can on the 29th. I also am going to have to fly commercially just because of time constraints.
Right.
Don't want to push it.
I did. So last year I flew in my plane, and we actually landed at Tampa Executive in my airplane because there was a huge storm over Lakeland when we were coming in. And I had a friend with me, and we landed at Tampa Executive, and we rented a car there, and it was fine. It was no problem. And then I had a camper set up, and someone else had asked me this. It's the first time I've done this, but on the website, you can reserve a camper. They have a whole process where you can hire the camper, I guess. They set it up for you in the campsite. When you get there, they tell you what slot you're in, where you're at, and you get all the you get a parking space for your car next to the camper, and it was good. I know it's not cheap, but I've stayed in a hotel as well, and that was not cheap either. I feel like I paid over $300 a night. I did that the year before. Rented a car. I mean, super expensive, and not what I would recommend because traveling back and forth from the hotel to the Sun and Fun grounds, there's a lot of traffic.
And there's like two ways in and out.
Yeah.
There's not much else. And so that's kind of with the Uber thing. I think that it's the cheapest way to go is camping, having a car there probably, because we tried to Uber off a couple times, and it's very complicated because you can only like do Uber pickup at like two places.
Yeah.
And you can request it, but it's like, oh, meet over here. Well, that's like a mile and a half away.
Yeah.
And you have to run over there. Well, then there's traffic and stuff coming and
then
going.
They put cones up and they redirect traffic, and the drivers don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So it's honestly like, if you do want to go off the airport, definitely just have a vehicle or have a friend that has a vehicle.
Yeah, ideally, I think if you had a group of like 4 people that you knew were going, if y'all could share a car.
Yeah.
That would be good, and share the expense of that, because you're not going to use it that much, but it is nice to have the option, because they do have like little stores there for the like campers to be able to buy just some basic things.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get off and go to like a restaurant or something one night versus all that kind of carnival like food stuff that they had there. So, do you have a car rented?
So I know that Sandra's going, and our friend Sandra, that's the flight attendant, and she has a hotel.
Yeah.
But I need to confirm those dates, and I think she already had a rental car booked, but I might I don't want to have overage of vehicles because then parking and paying for parking, all those things kind of add up. Working for Hook or Harness, they have a vehicle, so worst case, maybe they can come get me. And I can use their vehicle as well to do some things. And they usually go off for dinner just because it's a little bit nicer. They actually stay in like an Airbnb, which a lot of people have really good luck with those.
Yeah.
But if you're exhibiting, you have to be there so early, and that's when the traffic really hits. So you kind of have
to get in early. I know. I think last year I could actually rent the car from the site. Now I'm getting Oshkosh and Lakeland mixed up too.
Same exact.
But they have cars there, so you can actually rent it to pick up at on the grounds. But I should contact Sandra where I can split the car with her, if where we can both use it, and then I can share the cost with her. I know she's got a ton of points and things like that, but
but it's one of those things where like nobody needs to pay for 3 cars,
right? And
if you can work it out where we can like pick each other up or something, because I'm pretty I'm pretty easy to please. I usually go to the grocery store, pick up some healthier snacks to have, in the booth and for the days. But other than that, going to dinner or something is about the only time I go off the field. But yeah, I'm hoping to be there for the second day of Seaplane of Palooza. By then, though, you're going to be a fancy seaplane pilot. I'm pretty jealous.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's not too difficult.
Girl, it'll be fine. I was Sun and Fun. That's the great thing. Sun and Fun is really close to a lot of things. So you can do Tampa. I mean, you could really commute in from Tampa or Orlando every day if you wanted. I did 2 days. I stayed in a hotel in Tampa last year just to kind of get away from the rush. But it was nice. I definitely don't want to do that. I like to see my friends and kind of catch up more so. It's more of a social thing for me. But then
I mentioned, so tell me, let's talk about the actual air show. And what I know when people, because there was a friend that I had said, oh, I'm going to Sun and Fun. Are you going? And she's a fairly new pilot. And she's like, what is Sun and Fun? And I don't want people to think it's just an air show. Like that is like one of the last things that I kind of think of when I think of Sun and Fun. A lot of static displays, a lot of
seminars.
I don't know. It's like great networking. The show is kind of going on all the time. And at 7 o'clock in the morning is when pretty much they all start flying. I know that woke me up. Like,
I honestly like the air show is just like the last thing that is.
I think it starts at like 2 or 3 or something in the afternoon, typically. And only lasts for like a couple hours, right? The actual air show.
But I'm totally the whole time. I'm, because they have arrival and departures, morning and then evening. Right. And, there's a lot of that. But a lot of people will sit on the flight line and watch that all day. It's kind of interesting to see people landing and that kind of thing.
Right.
But, and what's coming in. But, I'm working for Hook or Harness, so I'm in the booth a lot. But I'm also out networking for them and taking pictures of different things. And the biggest thing with Sun and Fun to like Oshkosh is I feel like it's more accessible to go fly or do something. Like I got to fly a little light sport.
Yeah. Is that when you flew with Aeroshell, or was that Oshkosh?
I flew with Aeroshell at Sun and Fun.
Okay.
And I also got to fly a Stearman for the first time at Sun and Fun. There's opportunities, or you can buy rides, that kind of thing there, which is more so than Oshkosh.
Definitely.
And lots of shopping.
There's lots of seminars too, like learning at the school, because they have a school there. And they have these sessions. There's a schedule that you can get on the Sun and Fun website of all the sessions they're going to have that are really good for pilots. I think those sessions versus the ones at Oshkosh, which are geared towards building airplanes, I feel like more so at Oshkosh, are more like, I went to one about weather one time, and I went to one about what private pilots can do. So it's a little more general aviation encompassing versus building airplanes. And I mean, there's just so much to do. You can't do it all.
And I think there's I knew there was a seminar last year about like flying to the Bahamas, because Florida, very accessible. So like help doing that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's a little bit of everything for everybody. And, Women in Aviation are there, and the 99s. And they have these little cute little like shack houses that they kind of are there for anything you need, or if you have any questions or need some help. I actually went to the 99s and stayed at their place for a couple hours last year to charge my phone because they had electricity.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So it's just a really great networking event for anybody.
Like the Wi-Fi there, because I think one plane, Jane and I are doing like a scavenger hunt thing, and we were talking about how bad the Wi-Fi is. So if you are going, just be aware that there's only a very few spots where you can get really good Wi-Fi. And I think it's good to kind of plan for that, because we were like, how are we going to do this contest? There may not be great access to Wi-Fi, so we got to kind of figure that out. It's not something that's they don't do a great job of having Wi-Fi, and I really don't care, actually. It's kind of like I don't want to be connected all the time.
It's nice. Yeah, last year I was able to connect on somebody's Wi-Fi that they had set up there, and so I was pretty fortunate just to stay in contact and tell people that are coming in like what's going on and like where the events might be and things for the evening. I'm going to try to do a good job this year about being like, okay, Tuesday night we're having this get together, or whatever, and just tell it beforehand, and whoever shows up, and we'll make it work. It's kind of like Oshkosh, where you don't want to be running around and running 3,000 places. And, working in the booth kind of helps with that, because I can be like, hey, I'm at Hooker Harness booth and you can come find me, know, and it's just that.
It's a good spot to kind of settle too and have a resting spot. I think I'm kind of looking forward to that with the tent. That was good with the camper versus a hotel. You have a place to kind of like go rest in the middle of the day.
Kind of get just some peace.
Yeah.
And, because we're both very chatty and networking and that kind of thing. So I'm talking all day long. I usually lose my voice.
You do, yes.
It's what's crazy? I think it was like the first Oshkosh, which was 2018, I guess. And I lost my voice so bad that I think I honestly must have done something to my vocal cords that year, because now if I lose my voice, like I can lose my voice like in nothing flat, but it was that was the first time I really had a really bad time like getting it back.
Wow.
So Oshkosh, thanks for the voice.
Wow. That's interesting. Has that happened to you a lot though? You lose your voice a lot?
I get really excited and I just don't talk. I mean, and I'm used to talking a lot because I'm a hairstylist and I talk all day.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of that person anyways, but yeah, I go to these air shows and I get so excited and I want to mingle with everybody and have this high energy. And then I just kind of like wear myself down. I'm tired, drink lots of water, all those kind of things that, definitely bring a water bottle to Sun and Fun, because they have refillable things everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So waste at those kind of events that I try to, one less thing to just be throwing away and buying water bottles all day,
Yeah. So what would you say your top 3 things that you like about Sun and Fun?
Top 3 things I like about Sun and Fun.
Besides, we know that it's kind of the opening of the air show season, that part. Actually, at Sun and Fun, what do you look forward to the most while you're there?
I look forward to meeting some of the air show performers, because I think they're a lot more accessible because they're not running over 20 miles of land like at Oshkosh. At Sun and Fun, they're just more accessible, before or after their show. Like Aeroshell team might be signing posters, which I've got a really funny story about that. I'll tell you.
Okay.
On here, and I hope they hear it one of these days. So, they're signing or they're doing seminars or events, but they're just more actively engaged in stuff like that and not in marketing and like big party type of things that we're not invited to. Sun and Fun's just, it's kind of everybody's there chilling, relaxing, having a good time. So that's one. The second thing I would say, just the layout is a little bit easier to navigate. I really like Sun and Fun. I like to do the shopping and that kind of thing. And it's just.
Will aviation jewelry be there? Will they have a booth there?
Yeah, Shane's going to be there with aviation jewelry. I'll be working for Hooker Harness, but I told Shane I would definitely do some plugging for him.
I'll have to get some more aviation jewelry. I can't wait.
Well,
it's
we
hard
should
to find it.
do a video, and we could go to his booth at Sun and Fun.
Yeah.
And like a fun little.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. Show all the different kind of jewelry you could get there. Yeah. Do you remember last year? There's a trailer, and it's a girl that does jewelry. What's her name? It's a name. Like Jenny's Jewelry or something. I don't remember exactly, but remember they had my flyGIRL logo on earrings.
Oh.
Yeah, someone texted me. What was my friend Amanda actually texted me? She said, "Hey, I didn't know you made jewelry."
Yep.
But this trailer has flyGIRL earrings and flyGIRL necklaces in this trailer. So I went over there, and sure enough, I mean, it's my logo. It was on earrings, these dangle earrings and necklace, and I was like, you can't sell those. I've actually, got a trademark on that logo and kind of own that. But they're super cute, and the point of the flyGIRL stuff is to raise money for the scholarships.
Yeah.
So she was super sweet. It's a young girl, actually, and her mom.
Yeah. Yep.
She's trying to raise money for her flight training through this jewelry thing. And she has really cute stuff because she had like little charts and
it actually they would like right there do things for you.
Yeah.
Make your own little unique one.
Yeah, she was really nice, and she gave me all that she had of the flyGIRL stuff. The earrings. So I've got some earrings and I've got a couple of pendants, and I need to do like a giveaway of those, but I thought,
hello, can you give me something if I can't win the seaplane?
I know you do need to win something, don't you? For just putting up with me.
I just feel like everybody takes me out of the running for these things because they think, oh, Alyssa's doing so well for herself or something. And because we're friends, I can't win your scholarships because
have to come up with an Alyssa only contest.
Just surprise.
That would be so funny. If your name was Alyssa, you can enter this contest.
With 2 L's.
Yes, right. Of course. Yes. But yeah, so they have it's very hard to find aviation jewelry. So there's a few places there at Sun and Fun where you can find it. Yeah. And then I know like Banyan Pilot Shop has some cute stuff. Sporties, of course, will have the flyGIRL stuff. One Plain Jane, she does not have a booth, I don't think, does she?
She doesn't exhibit there, but they will be there, I believe.
Yeah.
And they usually have some stuff with them, but
Runway 36.
Runway 36. I actually think she's just going to be there, but I don't think she's exhibiting as well.
Okay.
I know she'll be like Scott Yoke is one of their big. I think he helps with the Runway 36.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Computer.
Just a little plug on some female stuff that you can get there with companies, or you can get online before you go. Of course, we will all want to wear our airplane shirts and look cute. So
they have Sun and Fun themselves actually does a really good job with clothing and things, some more modern pieces. They have really cute tank tops. I usually buy a tank top every year just because, that's kind of fun to collect something. And we kind of get tired of T-shirts as females. It's like we're just always wearing T-shirts and aviation. So if you just walk through the hangars, there's a lot of really good things through there. The jewelry, I
think they have 4 hangars maybe? 4 big hangars?
Up front. And then there's like a nice little lot of stuff out front as well. There's a lot of giveaway stuff. So like keychains. And I remember the first year we went, the kid that I flew with, he made me weigh myself and my bag so that I was like legitimately like underweight. Yeah. 4 of us in bags and camping gear. And so
wow.
And he's like, how are we going to get all this home, Alyssa? Because I had a whole extra bag on the way of like swag.
Yeah.
And I still have all that stuff. So it makes me so happy to like look back through like my swag box. And I don't know about you, but I have a hard time putting stickers on things because I'm like, I don't want to waste the sticker.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's like, what is it going to go on? Like, I can't put it on anything yet. So, just a lot of that kind of stuff. And
Well,
Yeah,
I think when I went camping, you got to think about the shipping thing because I actually use Sporties. Thankfully, they let me put some things on their trailer to take back.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're going to wind up buying things, especially if you're flying yourself in, think about the weight or possibly consider bringing something to ship it back back home. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, last year I camped. Because I flew commercially, I'm like, well, how am I going to get a tent and all this stuff down there? So I actually bought a tent when I was at Sun and Fun last year, and I flew some of my other like camping stuff, but Hooker Harness ended up taking the tent back with them.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, just hold on to it and bring it next year.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do that. That's kind of what I plan to do is just buy a tent once I get there.
Camp with me. I have a 4-person tent.
You do? I didn't realize you had such a big tent. Okay. Well, you need to tell me what I need to bring then.
If it's just the two of us, then it'd be totally fine. And then we can like hone in on Sandra's hotel occasionally. And
yeah, use her shower, hopefully.
Yeah, I was just thinking like we could stay camping and then at night we could go have dinner out and then we could take a shower and stuff and then come back so we look really good.
That's right.
And go have an evening at the air show. And then, because, in the morning at the air show, doesn't matter. You're going to get hot and whatever.
Yeah.
Shower and look good to go back to the, sun and fun.
I'm going to be using a ton of the dry shampoo.
Oh, dry shampoo is life. I was going to say we should do maybe a list and put out to everybody of things we recommend to bring.
Yeah.
Or, like tips, like secret things you might not know about at Sun and Fun that they should get in on.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to say what my top 3 things are.
Yeah.
I really like the static military stuff, the jets and all that stuff. I love to walk around those and check those out. And the pilots are usually nearby and they're fun to talk to and have, a lot to teach me about things. Because, I can only identify, we've talked about this, like maybe 15 different airplanes. So I'm always trying to add one at a big air show. I want to add at least one to my repertoire, I guess, of what I can identify. So I like that. I really like just meeting all the people, like through like the people from social media. I'm sure you have as well, to actually put a face, to a name. That's always fun. And I love to shop around at the aviation jewelry stuff and stop and see some of the vendors that have helped me kind of along the way and I've gotten to be friends with and that I kind of want to encourage, like Culver Props and people like that. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the night show. Night show's always good. They usually have at least one, maybe 2, right?
Favorite. They have it on, I believe, Wednesday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
So the first year I was there, I didn't get there till Wednesday night, but Wednesday or Thursday, but they canceled it due to weather. So they pushed it to Thursday night. So I was able to see Thursday and Saturdays, but this year I'll miss Saturday. So hopefully they'll
do it. The weather will be good. Yeah. I remember they canceled that. Yeah. So that's one of the things that if you are going and you can't go for the whole week, I would definitely try to get there so that you can see a night show.
Yeah, for sure. That's my favorite thing. This is embarrassing, but I was totally crying the first time I saw the night show because that was the first real air show I had ever been to. So I didn't even know they did that type of a thing. And so I was just like, this is so amazing. Oh my God. Fireworks. And yeah, I'm a little emotional sometimes.
I love those, like, what are those glider things called that come in with the lights on? They look like little bugs at first. You're like, what the heck is that? And they're all
the backpack
things. Yeah.
Yeah, those are, I believe, powered parachutes
Okay, those are so cool.
Yeah, those are really cool. So those, if you go over to the light sport field, where all of like those, and I think they do some like RC displays sometimes, that kind of thing. And, I think that's where they have the stole competition.
Is that new this year? I think I remember.
I don't remember if they had it there last year, but I do know they did like a demonstration.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a competition.
Yeah.
But this wasn't like a stole drag. It wasn't the drag. It was just the short landing and takeoff competition kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So you'll get maps, if you're there, you'll get maps of all these different kind of sections of where things are. I do like looking at like the jets and the really fancy, business kind of airplanes that you can actually look in and go in some of them and check them out. Those are cool too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. And
It's fun and fun.
I didn't think I was going to, honestly, it seemed like so long ago when it was all ending and we were sad. That was like, oh my God, the air show season's over. What are we going to do? And now here it is getting ready to start again.
But I think we filled it with some fun activities through the winter. Yeah. I think we need to keep that up through the winter because we're so busy through the summer months and air show season that we kind of get in this like hole of depression in the winter. Yeah. But I think we kind of like helped it out this year by
we had our little girls trip, and we've done a couple of girls trips actually, haven't we?
And yeah,
it's been good. Well, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So
we'll get to meet you guys if you come, right? If you have any questions, feel free to send us a message and reach out to us. We'd love to meet.
Yeah, if you have any questions or anything about that we can help you with, we'd love to help, and we will be there for the week mostly. So just hit us up, and this is Cockpits and Cocktails with flyAlyssa and Natalie flyGIRL Kelley.
That's right. Thanks. See you later. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Cockpits and Cocktails. Please make sure you're subscribed to this podcast and feel free to send us a message or email either one of our social media handles at flyAlyssa or at flyGIRLKelley. You can also email me on the website flygirlllc.com, and I will definitely make sure to relay that information to Alyssa as well. We want to hear what you want to talk about, who you want us to invite on the show, and any questions or information you'd like answers to is welcomed. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks. Bye.
Hey folks, PF here, producer of the Cockpits and Cocktails podcast. Just a quick update as you enjoy the play-out music here. Today's episode, of course, was about the Sun and Fun Air Show down there in Lakeland, Florida. And we have just received news as I finish editing this episode that the event has been postponed. They are going to meet in mid-April to see if they want to hold it May 5th through the 10th. You can go to their website, I'm sure, and they'll be updating you with all the details as they become available. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Bye! When you think it's just you and I don't understand.
Said, but more what they implied. I let it go to my head, I should've let it slide.